This conference will now be recorded.
Sir, Pravalika and call చేయమని చెప్పండి sir.
Okay. Pravalika, you are able to hear us, right? Pravalika, you are there? Okay, sir, just connect with the office team, speak with Madhav once.
Okay, sir.
Okay? Cool. So last session we are done with all types of data statement options. Now in this session we'll cover how to create multiple data sets in one go. Actually speaking, if you wanted to create a new data set in SAS, so what we will do, we will write data in file input data lines, we do it. If you wanted to take a copy of the same data set, what you do, you write data set statement run, correct? So if you wanted to create a new data set from existing SAS data set, we are using set statement. So instead of writing set statement, what we can do is we can data ds infile data lines input id name age gender salary data lines 101 Raj. So I have some data here. Right. So this is a data set DS. If you wanted to create a new data set, so what you do, if you wanted to create a new data set based on existing SAS data set, what we do, we use set statement, correct? Data ds1 set ds run, correct? So what happens, it will create a new data set with the name ds1. So ds and ds1 both are 100% same. We all know this point, correct? If you wanted to create a new data set from existing SAS data set, we use set statement. So if you just run the program here, you see log window, so it has 4 observations. 4 observations from DS, same 4 observations are reading into DS1 as well. So if you see here, DS has 4 observations, DS1 has 4 observations. Okay, right. So instead of writing one more data step, we can do it very simply. So using a space. So just to give a space, write one more data set name. Okay, just give a space. That is why I told you whenever we are writing names in SAS, we should not give spaces. If you are giving space, it will consider as a 2 separate variables. If you are giving space here, it will consider as a 2 separate data sets. Okay, right. So now if you see here, I delete this. Okay, I delete this. I run the program. You see, right? Go to run, submit. You see log window. It has 4 observations and 4 DS1 also has 4 observations. DS4, DS1 also 4. Okay, right. So now this is how I create a multiple data sets. Suppose to say in data set DS, I want only employee name and salary. Can I do that? In data set DS, I wanted to store only 2 columns, employee name and salary. So can we do this?
Yes, sir.
So if you
Yes, sir.
wanted to do, how we can do?
Keep, sir.
Have to use keep option. Where to use keep option? After data
DS
set
block
name?
after completion DS.
Correct. Name cell. Suppose to say in DS1 dataset, I wanted to store only male employees records. So how I can do that? If you wanted to select particular observations, how you can do?
Drop, sir.
If you wanted to select particular observations, practice చేయట్లా.
Where?
Where? Where is equal to bracket start, gender is equal to male. two open brackets, two close brackets. So if I run this program, you can also submit your program from run menu, submit. If you run this program, data DS will contain how many variables, how many observations? Two variables and four observations. Because I used the keep option, it will select only these variables. And the DS1, you see, right, gender is equal to M. So how many variables it will create? It will create 5 variables, and observations, how many it will create? 2. So see here, DS dataset will have 4 observations, 2 variables. DS dataset, all the observations but variables 2. But here DS1, 2 observations and all the variables. So keep option is used to select particular variables into your dataset, and where option is used to select particular observations into your dataset. Suppose to say in DS1 I have stored all male employees information. In DS I wanted to store female employees information. Can I do this? In DS I wanted to store all female employees information. Can I do this? If you wanted to store only female employees information in DS, how I can do? How I can do?
Bracket start.
Male is equal to bracket start, gender is equal to inverted comma female. So if you run the program, two observations, all female, all male. Okay, right. So we can also do this in another way. Another way is I'm just creating data set name with males, females. If gender is equal to M, then output males. If this condition is satisfied, store that record into separate dataset males. Okay, if this condition is satisfied, store that record into males. Else, output females. So if this condition is not satisfied, it will store into a separate dataset females. Okay, if this condition is not satisfied, it will store into that females. So if you run the program here, you see males dataset is having 2 observations, female dataset is having 2 observations. So if you see here, males will have all M's, females will have all F's. Okay, right. So now, suppose to say in my data, if I have 105 RRR 20 male 26,000. So now males data set will contain how many observations? Males data set will contain how many observations?
Two.
Two observations only. Female data set will contain how many observations? Female data set will contain 3 observations. How? How? If you see here, if this condition is true, it will store into males data set. If this condition is satisfied, it will store into males data set. Else means if this condition is false, directly it will not check anything, it will store in females data set. అర్థమైందా? If it is true, it will go to males data set. If it is false, it will go to females data set. So capital M, whenever I have the value capital M is not equal to small m. So this condition is not satisfied. Whenever this condition is not satisfied, automatically it will goes to next data set. This information will go to next data set. Yes or no. Yes aithe idi, no means this. So if you see here, if you just run the program here, you can see female data set will contain 3, but you will see capital M there. Okay, everyone clear? So not only this, in one data set, you can create multiple options. We can give multiple options in one single data set. Okay, we can give multiple options in one single data set. This is what we have covered now. So using multiple data options at a time. So you can use multiple data statement options at a time. So now if you see here, this point is clear, right? Now this is clear to everyone, right? I can move on to next point, right? Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
now you see here, this is my data set DS20. So what are the variables I'm keeping here? So how many variables, how many observations I get into my data set DS20? How many variables and how many observations? How many variables I specified in keep option?
Three variable.
Three variables. What are they? ID,
Name and
name.
salary.
Salary.
So again you see, right, rename I have done. Sal will be changing to
Income.
income. Sal will be changing to income. So in my data set DS20, I get the column names as ID, name, income. So what about number of observations?
It will be 7.
It will read all 7 observations. Why you are thinking for this? It's very easy, right? So we get all 7 observations, right? So if I run the program, DS20 will contain 3 variables, 7 observations. So what are the 3 variable names? ID, name, sal. 7 observations and 3 variables. You got all the data. Okay. Now, suppose to say I have not specified sal in keep option. I have applied rename option for sal variable. So in this case, how it will work? In this case, if you run the program, your system will throw a warning saying that variable sal cannot be found. Okay, so variable sal cannot be found. You see, right? Warning. The variable sal in keep drop rename list has never been referenced. I can't refer because you did not add that variable in keep. Whenever I am writing keep option, what it will do? It will keep only these 2 columns ID name. But unfortunately, all of a sudden you are asking sal to change income. So where is sal variable here? First of all, I could not find sal variable, right? So the reason it says I could not refer to that variable because you have not specified in keep drop options. Okay, right. So one important point to be noted here is whenever you are writing second condition, please make sure that relevant variable is present in keep option. If you are not having that variable, your SAS will throw an warning. Okay, right. You see, right? This is sal variable. Okay, if I run the program, you see ID, name, income because I used the rename option. In one go, we were able to use 2 options, right? One go, we are able to use 2 options, right? So this is how I can use multiple data statement options in one go. So now I have the same data set DS21. If you see how many variables, how many observations I get into my data set DS21. So see this carefully and answer. So
Variables and
variables, how many variables we get? 3 variables we get.
Three only.
three only
Three
and 7
variables we get.
observations.
Observations, how many you get?
Two.
7.
Two only. 36.
Observations where sal greater
5,
than
sir.
36,000.
5.
Five. Five. Five.
You get 5 observations, right? Because 5 observations are matching this criteria, except employee number 3 and employee number 5. Rest all are satisfying this criteria, correct? So except these 2 employees, we get rest all 5 into your data set DS21. Agree, yes or no? Clear? Everyone clear? Right. So if you run the program here, you see DS21. So there are 5 observations and 3 variables. Applying too many options, you see, right? So if you see here, keep is equal to ID, name, sex, sal. Keep is equal to ID, name, sex, sal. Rename is equal to bracket start, sal is equal to income, sex is equal to gender. So I have kept these variables and I'm changing my variable name sal to income. Next time whenever you are writing a condition based on this variable, so next time whenever you are writing a condition based on this variable, you should not write sal here because I already changed sal to income. So you have to take the latest variable name. Okay, you are following my points, right? So next time you have to take this new variable. If you wanted to further use this variable, you have to use this variable as income only. Okay, so income greater than or equal to 50,000. Label is equal to sample, PW is equal to Raj. So if you run the program here, how many variables, how many observations, what are the variable names you get?
4
Variables,
variables.
4. Observations,
3.
so only 3 observations are satisfying this criteria: employee 2, employee 6, employee 7. So what is the variable name we get? What are the variable names you get?
ID, name, income, gender.
ID, name, income, gender. And to open this data set, what is the password I should give? Raj. And
Raj.
what is this data set about? This is just a sample data set. Correct. This is just a sample data set. Whenever I place my cursor here, after bracket, inside, like inside brackets, you see sample. This is nothing but your label. We were able to apply multiple data statement options, yes or no? So keep, rename, where, label, password, almost all 5 options we have used. Correct. Next, underscore null underscore, underscore null underscore. The dataset name underscore null underscore is reserved for a special purpose. The dataset name underscore null underscore is reserved for a special purpose. Here, no dataset will be created, but still the programming step executes. Here, no dataset will be created, but still the programming step executes. Data underscore null underscore. Whenever it is not creating a dataset, why Raj, what is the advantage you have with this? Okay, so I delete this data sets. You can see if I run the program, data statement used. So normally what it says, the data set work dot so and so has 5 observations, 4 variables, like that it will tell, right? But here it is not telling that. You see, right? Data underscore null underscore. So now this underscore null underscore will not allow SAS to create a data set. Okay, this underscore null underscore will not allow SAS to create a data set, but still at the backend programming step executes. Okay, but still at the backend programming step executes. You see at the backend, it will create ID variable, it will create a name variable, it will create sex, age, sal, all the columns it will create, and it will read all the data into these columns as well. It will read all the data into these columns as well. ID variable will read 1, 2, 3. Name variable will read A, B, C, D, F, X, Y, Z. Raj, are you sure it will read? How should I trust? Where is the proof? For this, we have one more statement called put statement. For this, we have one more statement called put statement. Put statement will write information from SAS to log window. After this, what is there? Use put statement to see the variable information in log. So put statement, what it will do? It will write information in SAS log. It will write information in SAS log. Whenever I am writing put statement here, same as it is, we have to write. Input is used to read data into SAS. Put is opposite. It will write information from SAS to log window or external file. Input means into SAS it will read. Put means from SAS it will send the data to external file or it will display in log window. Okay, right. So now if you just run the program here, so put statement is writing information to log, yes or no? Without storing it cannot write, correct? Means id variable is reading 1 2 3, abc is reading all the values, all the variables are reading all the values. Because we are using underscore null underscore, it is not creating a data set, but still at the back end programming step executes, right? Using this null reporting, we can generate reports in SAS. Okay, using this null reporting, we can generate reports in SAS. How to generate a report? That I'll show you now. So again, I have to take the help of one more statement called file statement. Okay, if you wanted to generate a report in an external file source, then we have to use this underscore null underscore. I have a data set X. This is my data set X. Okay, this is my data set X. Whenever we are generating a report, what we need? We need some titles. So description, report, and then below footnotes, correct? So we need titles, report, body of the report, and we need footnote, who generated this, when it is created. So basic information we need, correct? Right. So now, do I have title in this data set? No, right? I have to manually enter and generate in the form of a report. So for this, in this case, we use underscore null underscore. You see, right? Data underscore null underscore. Underscore null underscore will not create a data set. We all know. So whenever we are writing file statement, introducing you the new concept, file statement. So this file statement, what it will do is, at the back end, it will create a empty data set with a name called ram.rtf. RTF stands for rich text format. This is one of the flavor of Word document. RTF stands for rich text format. SAS uses .rtf style to generate reports in Word document. Last one. This is important. SAS uses .rtf file format. .rtf means inside bracket you can write rich text format. SAS uses .rtf file formats to generate reports in Word document. To generate reports in Word document. To generate reports in Word document. RTF stands for rich text format. SAS uses .rtf file format to generate reports in Word document. Now, with this file statement, we will be able to create a empty file with a name called ram.rtf. So ram is the name of your file. And one put statement is one single line in that file. Okay, so here how many put statements are there? 1 2 3 4 5. 5 put statements are there. It will occupy 5 lines in that Word document. So first put statement is empty, so first line it will keep empty in that Word document. Second line, you say, right, @2. @2 means second position. @2 means second position. Second position, it will print this text. It will put this text in the Word document. So next 3 you see there are missing, empty. So if I run the program, I used F3 button now to submit my code. So now D drive ram.rtf. First line is empty, right? First put statement is empty, right? Second put statement is instructing SAS to print this text from second column. You see, right? Second column. Okay. So this is second column. And after this, I have given 3 put statements empty, correct? 1, 2, 3. After that, if you use down arrow also, you will not get. So one single put statement is one single line in this report. Following my points, right? So one single put statement is one single line in this report. So now you have this. After this, I have to give all the column names, right? So your underscore null underscore is giving only the data, not the column names, correct? If you see in log window, is it printing column names? It is printing only data. So again, I have to give column names here, right? I have to give column names here, right? So again, I have to write one more data step, one more null reporting. You see, right? I'll write it. So this time I'm introducing a new concept called mod. Whenever you are running this, please make sure this ram.rtf is closed. Otherwise it becomes read only. Whenever a file is read only, I cannot read data, I cannot write data to that file. So now I close that ram.rtf. So whenever you are creating data set, whenever you are creating file names with same names, whenever we are creating file with same names, what happens? Whenever we are creating file with same names, what happens? What happens? It will overwrite. It will overwrite, correct. So I should not overwrite this information. I have to add this information to this extra information. So I already have this information. I should add this piece of information to this report. Agree, yes or no? So for that, we are using mod option. Okay, whenever we are writing mod, it gives information to SAS. Okay, to add this extra piece of information in the same report. If you are not writing mod, I'll show you. See, if you are not writing mod, if you are running this, last time I have seen sample report information, right? If you are not writing mod, if you are running the program, first the pointiga, you see, right? First sample report title got gone, right? You see it, right? So compulsory, I should use mod option to add that extra piece of information. So next time I will rerun the entire, so it will be okay. You see, right? First line in first data step, first null reporting step, you see, first line is empty, second line I asked SAS to print this, third line, fourth line, fifth line empty. After that, sixth line is coming from where second null reporting step. So at the rate 2 means second position, you see, right? This is first position, this is second position. Next, at the rate 10 name. So whatever you are writing in inverted commas, it will print the same text there. Okay, name. So name means 10th position you have name. You see, right? This is second, right? Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10. At 10th position it is giving name, correct? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. At 15th position you see sex, correct? So likewise, based on these positions, it will print the text here. Under this text, I should get all the column names, right? I should get all the data, right? Under this column names, I should get all the data, right? My data is present in which data set? X. My data is present in data set X, correct? Data null reporting, you see set X. So set X means it will read all the data from your data set X. So at the rate 2, ID variable will start populating information at the second position. What all the information you have in ID variable, that information it will present in this ram.rtf in second position. At the rate name 10, at the rate 10, at the rate 15, you see sex. Same as it is column positions we are following, so that exactly it will read under this column, under this column, under this column. Okay, right. So now I have to close this file. So I have written mod here. Mod is compulsory, right? So if you run the program here, okay, data set X is not created. So if you see here, you get all the data, right? From first position, 10th position, 15th position, age, 20, 25, something like that. You see, right? Exactly, it is the same positions we are giving. So exactly below that, it is giving all the text. So once I have printed all the text, finally, I have to write the information who has generated the report. For that, again, I am writing one more step. So 4 null reporting steps I am using here to generate this report. You see, right? D drive ram.rtf, you see, right? Mod. So this put statement, what it will do, it will give one empty space. Below that, it will print the text called report generated by Raj. You got your report right? In a data step, you have to follow 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? The same concept I can do it in a simplest way. Proc print, using proc step I can do it. Proc print data equal to X. Title, sample report. Footnote, report generated by Raj. So I have to generate this in the form of a Word document, right? So you can write capital letters, small letters, anything is fine. So in SAS, I told you we have a concept called ODS RTF file equal to D drive ram1.rtf. ODS RTF close. So one single step you are able to do it. Okay, I just run the program. You see, you got this information right? You got this information right? Same, right? In one go we were able to do it, right? And this is having boxes also, much more clear. Correct? So in a real-time scenarios, we will not use this data step null reporting, but as a part of our syllabus, we have covered it. It's not very much important, okay, but still you have to practice. Okay, but still you have to practice. Proc import. Proc print చేస్తుంది data set లో ఉన్న information. Proc import to Excel file లో ఉన్న information, it will copy into, it will convert into a SAS data set. Excel కి proc వాడతాం. అది one, proc is a vast. You have proc SQL, we have proc report, we have proc print, we have a proc append, we have proc compare, we have proc gplot. We have a lot of procedures. Proc stands for procedure. So proc step is used to generate reports. Correct? So proc step, you see, right? I am generating a report using proc print. I am generating a report. Okay, so proc ante okkate kaadu, we have multiple, many procedures. We have hundreds of procedures are there. Okay, right? So this procedure is printing the information present in dataset X. So procedure proc import will import data from Excel file to SAS. So we have likewise we have lot of procedures. Okay, right? So now you guys are clear. With this, we are done with data step concepts. So this is also same kind of example. If you want, you can practice. Okay, this is also same kind of example, null reporting concept. If you want, you can practice. Okay, right? So we are done with all data statement options. Okay, we are done with all data statement options. So we have learned completely about this data statement, right? Next concept is in-file statement. After that, next concept will be input statement. After that, next concept will be data lines. After that, we will have column attributes. So I will come in this sequence. So in my programming, I'm coming with respect to first, second, third, fourth. I'm coming explaining each and every statement for you. So first of all, I have just given data in-file input. After that, I'm going in depth. So complete all the options about data statement. In depth, all the options about in-file statement. Okay, right? So that's all for today, guys. So you guys are not up to the mark. You guys are not up to the mark. Seriously, only 10% of people are answering. Rest 90 people, 90% of the people are not answering. It clearly shows that you are not practicing things. Okay, so in general I will not give holidays, but after the topics, once we are done with a bunch of all data statement, once we are done with bunch of all infile statement, I give 1 day break just to recollect, recap, practice all the concepts related to that particular options or statements. So tomorrow you will have no class. So tomorrow is an opportunity for you to practice how to create a library, how to read data from different kinds of data sources, how to apply all these 8 data statement options, and how to use multiple data statements, how to create multiple data sets at a time, how to use multiple data statement options in one go, and how to generate reports in Word document with null reporting. All these things you have to practice tomorrow, and by tomorrow you should be very much perfect with this first statements. Got my point? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in 1 day, already you guys are practicing every day. So I assume you guys will be practicing every day. I cannot ask, show me your homework, show me your practice. I cannot ask you guys, right? You are not a kids, correct? So మీకు జాబ్ కావాలంటే if you want to work in a real time scenarios, so if you wanted to get a job, obviously practice. The more the practice you do, you know, it will be very easy for you in real time scenarios. Once you start your career in real time scenarios, it will be very easy, and it will also help you to work in a project. So project also comfortably you guys will be able to do. So project, without project you cannot work in a real time scenarios. Okay, at that time you will not feel see, if you are working hard now, future will be good, that we all know. If you are working hard now, so going forward whenever we are working on project, no need to struggle, you can comfortably, you will be able to do all the tasks. And once you are able to do all the tasks, you can 110% you can succeed in a interviews, because they will ask you what you have done. Okay, what you know, what you have done. So obviously when we have done it in a right way, when we are able to do it, so people will give an opportunity to work, obviously. So they will get the confidence, okay, this guy knows everything, he has worked on, he has explained me the procedure, and if you asked, hey, this guy will write a code, I have that confidence, yes, okay, you are in. So managers should get that confidence in the interviews. Obviously once you get it, you will be in agree, yes or no, right? So that you have to start inculcating from now. So you have to practice from now. Okay, so tomorrow you will have no session, so tomorrow please practice this task. Okay, so everybody, tomorrow please practice all the concepts related to data statement options. After that I will not give you this much time, I'm telling you. This is where at the very beginning level, okay, I should not make you hurriedly close the things. No, I'm giving you some time, but after that I'll not give you. Every day you have to practice, on Saturday, Sunday you have to recap. Okay, right. Bye guys, that's all for today. So tomorrow you will have no session. Bye. Practice session, it's a practice session.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, bye all.
Thank you, sir.